Are the Democrats the New York Knicks of politics? And this was a dig from my guys to me, a New York Knicks fan. But I'm about to be a free agent. You know, I've been a hurting Knicks fan. My heart can't take it no more.
Atlanta. Come to Atlanta.
I don't know about Atlanta. I'm looking at the Heat.
You want to be a bandwagon fan like Gabe and jump on the Lakers? You have more integrity than that.
You could be Atlanta, and then you could be Atlanta Falcons fan every time they have.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I don't watch that stuff. I don't care. No concussion ball in this household.
All right, let's get to the topic. Who want to
go
first?
I think so, man. I think the Democrats are like you guys always give me crap because I always call them I always say losers, but the Democrats are like they just know how to lose, and they just always losers will always be losers, right? It doesn't matter like how much money you have, and it doesn't matter what you have to do. And as you look at it, like a lot of people like myself are saying, like, hey, just show that you're fighting, like show that you like. I know in the previous, previously we talked about Felipe talking about you may not want to support a party that's like doing all these crazy things, but dude, like I'm tired of supporting losers. I am tired of
you don't support them anyways. Come on.
Listen, that's not true because you can't say that because I voted for Hillary. Not like voting every single midterm and every general, and I have always voted Democrats. So you can't say.
All right.
So the thing is that I'm tired of supporting them. And as of right now, I don't want to support them because they don't fight for me. They don't fight for anything. Everything is like we want to work across the aisle. So they are the Knicks. They They have all the money in the world, and they just don't know how to spend it. And they just want to just cater to the fancy stuff. And like there's like the Knicks owner, he doesn't really care about their putting a good product there. He just taking people money and not doing anything for them. So Democrats don't care about his corporation. And until they show that they care for me, and I'm tired. I'm done.
I wanna jump in after Gabe and say that they have a very real chance of winning the Senate for the first time in a really long time.
So I'm gonna let Gabe jump in. And then Felipe, and then I'm gonna go to this article, and we're gonna go down the list of the 6 senators that might be able to beat the GOP. Go ahead, Gabe.
One of the things that frustrates me most about the Knicks specifically is the repeated unforced errors. Where, for example, in the summer, I believe it was 2012, they had an awesome core. They had young talents at the wings, the small forward, the power forward. They had a squad. They were missing a center. They didn't have a solid center, but they had all the other positions locked down and looked poised for several years of contention. And they had a free agent or coming up, Carmelo Anthony, that said he was very interested in going back to the Knicks, or going back to his hometown team or whatever, the state where he played his college basketball. And he said, if you want to get me, you got to get me now. And in order to get this guy who was a free agent, they could have got him for free in the summer. They paid and traded the entire team away, picks, everything. And then we know what happened there. They got a couple playoff appearances, but they didn't really do anything about it. And then once it was done, and they even traded away future picks thereafter for play. They traded a first-round pick for Danilo Gallinari. Crazy. That's enough of the basketball talk. But
I don't know who's Carmelo in this scenario.
It's the unforced errors. It's the unforced errors. Just as a principle of your franchise. This offseason, they signed 27 power forwards instead of getting multiple positions. So the Democrats are exactly the same way. Their main strategy is trying to get Republicans instead of trying to get working class votes of the 40% of people that don't vote. And it's failed multiple times by trying to get Republicans, because if people are choosing between a Republican and a Democrat, which is a Republican light, they're going to pick the Republican. It's like if my strategy to get fans, if I'm the Yankees, is I'm going to go, I know John will appreciate this, I'm going to sign Johnny Damon. I'm going to sign Roger Clemens. I'm going to sign who else? Jacoby Ellsbury. And I'm going to be like, hey, guys, Boston, come to the Yankees. Be fans of us now. And they're going to go, are you freaking crazy? We're not going to go to the like, you guys are insane. No, we are the Red Sox. We are never going to go to you no matter what. So the Democrats doing this just shows that they can't. I mean, it's everything. They're negotiating from the middle, not using the power when they have it. In the times like with the previous budget negotiation where they could have held out to get a vote on DACA and to get a solution for the Dreamers. And instead, they open up the government with nothing. And then when they asked Debbie Wasserman Schultz or why did they open, she goes, well, we have the potential for momentum. And even the interviewer was like, what does that mean? I mean, they risk our democracy as a tactic. Trump
That's Felipe's party.
They pushed Trump to the Democrats on purpose. I mean, the Democrats wanted Trump. There was something called that came out in WikiLeaks called the Pied Piper strategy, where they were pushing Trump. They were telling their friends in media, guys, highlight Trump because we want to go against him in the general because that's our best chance to win. And they were telling all of their media contacts to push Trump and to boost Trump as bad as they knew he was for democracy. And what happened? They lost. They lost the most winnable election in history.
A layup.
So back to the analogies. Let me say, Gabe, because we always make fun of you or your nonsensical analogies. Like I don't know where the hell that was going. But at least the Yankee Boston one. Finally, I got to give you props. You finally had one that makes sense.
Finally. Yeah, I
Felipe, go ahead,
with the NBA one. He took on the NBA.
I was gonna go down the list, so we can go down the list and I'll talk as they come up.
Let me bring it up right here. So this is from this article from the American Prospect, 6 crucial races that will flip the Senate. So I got some notes that I did going down here. So the first one is in North Carolina, Republican Senator Tom Tillis, who is notably just a straight up a bad guy, flip-flopped a lot. He voted to repeal the Affordable Care Act, then offered a loophole-filled replacement that excluded many with pre-existing conditions. So I'll just throw that in there. Felipe, you want to jump in on this race?
North Carolina has been slowly becoming more purple with time, and this is just a very winnable race, but not one of the exciting ones, in my opinion.
Yeah. I would like to say real quick that enter Democrat Kyle Cunningham, who, unlike his opponent, is taking no money from corporate PACs. So that's interesting that his opponent is not taking any corporate money. I know in the last episode, Izzy and I had, or it wasn't a debate, but we were on two sides of what was the best litmus test for progressive. And I checked his account or his website for his issues page. No Medicare for all there, but it is saying that he is not taking any corporate PAC. So do we consider him progressive? Izzy, what you think?
To be honest, I haven't looked him up a lot, so I can't really say. I like the fact that he's not taking any corporate money. I think that helps him stand out, but I'm really not too well versed on other policy positions that he supports.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's my litmus test for if he's a progressive. Personally, that's me, Case, talking. And I think we're going to find that as a common theme as we go along. So the next one, number 2, this is an exciting race that I think has some flair to it, and I'm going to mention shortly. Maine. Susan Collins, a self-proclaimed moderate whose unpopularity has made her especially vulnerable, once said that Trump was unworthy of the presidency, but then she went on to just totally support him throughout his Trump judges, including Brett Kavanaugh, and voted to acquit Trump in the impeachment trial, saying he had, quote unquote, learned his lesson through the process alone. Come on, that's rubbish.
That confirmation right there was the end of her political career.
That was it.
100%. Yeah.
Listen, we have like rhinos for Republicans and dinos for Democrats. This woman is a minor. He's a moderate in name only. She says she's a moderate, but she always extreme Republican. All the votes. I mean, she supported Kavanaugh confirmation. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. And she knew she was done.
No, she's an idiot. She won. A big part of why she won when she began her Senate career is because women voted for her. They thought, okay, she's gonna keep around Planned Parenthood. She's a moderate. She's not gonna come after Roe v. Wade. She's a moderate. And everything she's done in her political career says the opposite. She threw it all away just for the clout of being a cool Republican. She's not even interesting enough to get a speaker position on Fox News.
If Colin wins, we need to check every single machine.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Because there's no way in hell that woman could win.
The whole woman thing, I don't buy it anymore. I mean, white women voted for Trump, even though he's, chauvinist pig, regardless. Evangelical women love Kavanaugh. You know, the new what's it called? ACB, whatever.
Beer.
Yeah, she's against Roe v. Wade and everything she's ever said. I don't trust that women are supporting or will support Susan Collins because she's a moderate on abortion rights or anything like that. There's plenty of women that are against that, you know, for evangelical reasons, either because themselves are evangelical or believe that because of church or because of the way that their family is and the religion is. They just go by whatever the husband says, unfortunately. And we've seen a lot of that with the women that are voting and supporting, like Brett Kavanaugh, for example.
So here is the interesting thing about this race. This is the first state that has ranked choice voting, and not only that, they have it at the Senate level, they also have it. It was ruled by a court justice that they have it at the presidential level now. And I'm going to go through the differences between the three. Lisa Savage is the Green Party candidate who can potentially be the first Green senator. And Sarah, what's her name? Gideon, she's the Democrat, and then Susan Collins, right? So Medicare for all, Lisa, check. The other two, no. Green New Deal, Lisa, yes. The other two, no. Ending wars, Lisa, yes. The other two, no. Reproductive rights, Lisa Savage and Sarah Gideon is for that. Susan Collins, no. No CMP corridor. Now that's something specific to Maine. Is like a oil pipeline that's going through there. Lisa Savage is against it, and Sarah is a question mark because she didn't come out for it. Typical Democrat. Susan Collins, of course, she's against it. Tuition-free college, yes, just for Lisa Savage. Demilitarized police, yes, only for Lisa Savage.
You know what we could do with that picture? We could put the Green Party, Joe Biden, and Trump, and then just all the checklists.
I would love that, and I would love to have ranked choice voting on the presidential level. I mean, everyone who voter shames, and the next thing that comes out of their mouth should be, "We need ranked choice voting." You know, every time you voter shame Joe Stein. Go ahead, Felipe.
I say that all the time. I unabashedly voter shame because Donald Trump is a straight up dictator, and this is not a question anymore. This isn't, oh, I'll just wait and see. This is, if Trump wins, the United States will no longer continue being the same United States. I will say that. But after every point that I say this is an election that we can't play around, I also say if there were ranked choice voting, that wouldn't matter. You can vote for absolutely whoever you want, because that solves every single issue. That allows there to be more than two parties, which is definitely why it's not going to happen for the next 10 years.
And exactly. And it takes away the wasted vote, basically. But Felipe, I'm curious, and you don't have to answer this if you want to, but like, if you have ranked choice voting where you are in Florida, would you vote? Who would you vote for that first ballot? Would it be a straight Democrat, or would you be interested in other parties?
It genuinely does not matter. If there was another candidate, I wouldn't have voted for Jill Stein in 2016. I didn't think she was a very good candidate, and
even with ranked choice voting,
even with ranked choice voting, I think it would have been Hillary, Jill Stein, then whoever else. But 0-0 for the other two. It doesn't matter. But I didn't believe in her platform a lot. I thought that she came up with a lot of things on the fly, and her economic policy wasn't fantastic.
You don't believe in the Green New Deal?
The Green New Deal has a lot of holes. I don't think the Green New Deal should include Medicare for all. I think they should be two separate policies. But I do believe in the Green New Deal. I think that there's no reason that there should be a Green Deal and then Medicare. That's a separate point altogether.
Gotcha. Let's go ahead, Gabe, and then we're going to move on.
That's how the Democrats have screwed up the Green New Deal. But yeah, she pioneered that, and that's now a staple of progressive policy. She
pioneered that.
Debt forgiveness, the Green Party. She was the first one. The Green New Deal came from her and the Green Party.
No, he's Gabe.
Where does it come from?
Carlito, he's right. He's right.
I don't want to talk about it now because I don't have it, but I was reading an article about more of the history of it.
That might be a topic for next week.
I don't have the facts right now in front of me, so I'll concede for now.
But I will say, if there was ranked choice voting in Florida, absolutely. If it was like Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, 1, 2, 3, in that order.
All right, we
There's no
got
doubt
3
about
more
it.
races to get to. I'm gonna keep it moving. The third one down in South Carolina. Let me bring up the article again. So in South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, this is the one that Felipe was talking about, is also vulnerable. And I believe Jamie Harrison, he's the one, the Democratic opponent. And I have something here highlighted. Graham once said that if the Republican nominated Trump, the party would get destroyed and deserve it. We should heed his words and help Jamie Harrison replace him in the Senate. So obviously this article is a Democratic person. But go ahead, Felipe.
He's such a loser. Oh my God, Lindsey Graham is so pathetic.
Yeah,
It's kind of sad to see. He's got to wipe his chin before every photo op. Like,
oh, Lord.
it's so
The
sad.
children. Now,
Oh, come on, man, come on.
But the thing about, let's talk about his opponent. So Jamie Harrison, he ran for DNC chair when Tom Perez ran, and I remember following that race with Nomiki Kantz. She used to be with TYT. She did great coverage, and it was an interesting race. One thing that he did that I thought was a stand-up thing to do was I can't think of his name, but there was a very young guy that ran. He was the super progressive in the race, and to be in one of the events, he needed one of the current people in the race to like sponsor him. And Jamie Harrison was the one that stepped up and did that. So I give him credit. I think he's a stand-up guy. I think he's probably like a Joe Biden. John is going to hate this, what I'm saying, because people being friends with each other and liking each other. I'm looking at the policy. He does not support Medicare for all. So I'm putting him in that Amy McGrath category, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it goes back again. At this point, it's right. We always go back because it's the same choice that you have. Who do you vote for, the Republican or the Republican like? So
yeah,
we could get rid of Lindsey Graham. I take it.
Okay. Hey, all right. Excuse me.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, with all these races and presidential races, it's all about building a bench. We got to get people more motivated to vote down ballot. So then the people that we do like could rise up and bubble up, and then we have a real choice when they get to a higher office. But the thing about the Lindsey Graham that we know that he's scared because he went on TV crying about how much money Jamie Harrison is raising right now. Yeah, so he's scared right now.
It wasn't even true. Like he lied about it. He lied about how much money his opponent was raising. So.
Yeah, but he lied because he wanted to fundraise himself. But he's showing he's afraid. He's using the threat of Jamie Harrison to fundraise himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they didn't think there was gonna be. They didn't think the race was gonna be even close. They think this was going to be like a Kentucky-like race. And
after Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, the floods of money came in, and one of them was for Jamie Harrison.
To your point, John, and to your point, Carlito, let's gameplay this out a little bit, right? So first of all, if we do get a Republican-like person, someone that does not, I'll say a moderate. I'll say he's a straight moderate. I won't even say he's Republican-like, that he's not for Medicare for all, but the good thing is he takes away strength from Mitch McConnell. Most likely he's going to get reelected. But if we can somehow get the Senate back, he would help play and be a vote for the Democrats. And then let's play this out. 4 years from now, we potentially could have a new president. And let's hope and pray that is a progressive who's trying to get Medicare for all through. I feel like when it's a 6-year term, so he'll have 2 years. He'll be probably getting ready for his re-election. And if we have enough, if progressive can build their strength within the next 4 years, and we can pressure Jamie Harrison to vote for Medicare for all bill, I would rather have him there than Lindsey McGrath.
Yeah, correct. But he probably will not fall in that. We're talking about South Carolina, man. We're talking about a deep red state. Like they may but that may be a seat that's just going to be a one-turn seat.
All right, we'll see, man. Because the momentum. Look at the momentum of Medicare for all, man. Yeah. By the time he's up for re-election, is going to be even more popular, and it's going to be a winning strategy for him to fall behind it.
This guy, Jimmy Harrison, is dead even. The polls, Felipe, he's dead even. And I'm making a challenge. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us on this call. And anybody who watches this video, I'm making this challenge to you as well. I'm calling this the $100 challenge. And right now I'm going literally as we speak, and I'm going to give $100 to Jamie Harrison because we talk so much trash about the Democrats not backing the people and whatever. It's not the time. It might be. I might give $100 every week to the next election.
Oh damn!
Because is that like normally you have a race like this and the Democrats way down. Trump is up in the polls in South Carolina 10 points. Lindsey Graham and Harrison, Graham's up 1 point. It's right there for the taking. And if we take it right now, we could get that race. So it's the $100 challenge. So going one by one, Felipe.
Oh, you got it. I'll do it after the pod, bro.
Johnny Keke.
I don't know. I can't commit to Democrat.
$100.
I'm sorry. I can't go on TV and tell you yes and then not do it because that would go against like my beliefs and stuff. But
you are canceled.
Thank you.
Carlitos.
You could vote a
No, I'm not giving 100. I'll give him 20 though. How about 20?
All right, 20 is better than nothing.
I listen. It's too important to win the Senate. So based on what we talked about before, with Trump's chances of stealing this election. So yeah, I'd have to be with you.
Hell no! Hell to the no! I ain't giving no damn money. This mother, I think we talk about how we got the People's Gauntlet coming down, and we're gonna be with the People's Gauntlet. People gonna decide according to what people say how much they gonna give. This man can't give me Medicare for all. He can't give me anything. It's like Biden, who's not giving us anything as progressives. Just give us legalized marijuana. And I never smoked marijuana in my life. Give us
give me something.
College, free college or something. Give me something before, and then I'll give you something back. And this man has nothing to give me except now. You gonna vote to shame me, guys? You gonna vote?
No, I'm not gonna vote.
You gonna donor? You gonna donor shame me?
No, what I will say is that I'm dead serious when I say that winning the Senate in this election is the only thing that might save this democracy. Because when this goes to Congress, winning the Senate. If we had the majority in the Senate, none of the scenarios that I laid out before are really a worry for us. So how important is it to you? I mean, is it worth the democracy?
This is what I'm gonna say because I before I had my outburst, I already decided because I went along with Carlito. I'm gonna give $10. I'm gonna give what he's worth to me. I'm gonna give what I feel he's worth right back.
Give something to the people on the call. I don't want to donor shame you. If you can't give $100, give $1, give $5, give $10, give something. Because I know there's been plenty of candidates in the past that I've donated to, and there's been some that I didn't, and I wish I did. Charles Booker, I wish I would have given him $100, $200 back then. And in my regrets for those,
I gave him money.
I got to do it right now. So if you can, these 5 races that we're gonna go through right now, the Maine is up for the taking. Maine's looking a lot better than this one. The one we just went through right now, the Democrat and some of the polls up 5, 6. So.
All right. So what's the other races? Let's get
I'm gonna speed. I'm going to speed through the next. The Montana Senate race is Republican Steve Daines, and he's going up against Steve Bullock. You guys might remember Steve Bullock from the presidential race when he ran and totally tailspin out of that race. He might actually win because he's a Democrat and he was the governor. So I don't like him. He's not my type of Democrat, but I wish that he wins as well. I'm not giving him any money yet. Definitely not. In Iowa, you're going to have another person who's going up, and that's Republican Joni Ernst. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. And she's going up against Democratic Teresa Greenfield. And then we have in Arizona, this is an interesting one. Republican Martha McSally is facing Mark Kelly. And if you guys remember, his wife was shot in the head by Gabby Giffords by a gun control activist. So that's going to be, and he's an astronaut also. So that's I wonder what his polls. Go ahead, Felipe. You want to
Martha McSally is such a loser. She has lost, and given the position that she lost for, she lost, and then just was immediately granted the same seat that she was running for. She got in John McCain's seat, if I'm not mistaken.
And she's going to lose again.
And she's going to lose again. She's down by 10 points. She's running against an astronaut.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
What a loser. Absolutely ridiculous.
We want that.
You know what is funny though? Like, in that we didn't talk about this race. It's like, how is That Georgia, Carlito, Georgia.
Listen, that's what I was going to come up because they mentioned 6 races and one that is there for the taking. They don't even mention in this stupid article.
Because it's not. It's not. That's what I'm telling you. There's 2 seats in Georgia. There's 2 seats in Georgia.
Listen.
And the Democrats can't get one.
Well, listen, let me tell you. First of all, Trump and Biden are tied. 47% in the poll with 4% undecided. In Georgia, they're tied right now. And then we have 2 Senate races. One of them, which is David Perdue against Jon Ossoff. And they're 47 for the Republican, 45 for Ossoff. And it's a 4.3% error margin in that poll. So there's virtually tied. And then the other one is for Kelly Loeffler, which is, she's the part owner of the Atlanta Dream. So the WNBA team, and the players hate her because she's like pro-cop. And no, not pro-cop, because pro-cop is a thing, but she's like anti-black people. That's what she is. But she took over Johnny Isaac's seat that retired. But she's in a contested race. This is another Republican. They're trying to out-racist each other right now. There's Doug Collins, Representative Doug Collins. They both have, she has 20%, Collins has 20%, Loeffler has 24%, and then there's a Democrat, Raphael Warnock, that has 20%. So that's 2024 is right there for the taking. There's other people that are running, other Democrats that are running, and this is the perfect chance for the Democrats to pull, the same kind of crap that they pull against progressive to kind of just consolidate the vote. Because while the 2 Republicans could split the vote, the Democrats could consolidate because we have Matt Lieberman. He's the son of Joe Lieberman of Connecticut, that jerk piece of crap. So he's over here with 11% support that he just draining away, plus some other people that are there. So there's 2 races in the Senate that are there for the taking, and the presidential race is a virtual tie. And the Democrats are not over here pushing everybody to consolidate for Raphael Warnock. I got so many stuff in the mail from him, from Stacey Abrams supporting him. This is the time for them to win a winnable seat. You could have 2 Senate seats plus win a state for the Democrats. Where the money at? Come on,
in Georgia.
Yeah.
In Georgia.
Yeah.
Like, you would never. That's what I'm telling you. That's why, we go back. They are just they have such a loser mentality. I don't understand how you could say there's 2 seats available.
Jesus, man.
And going 100% in for at least one.
Yo, forget the Knicks. They're the Washington Generals, man. That's who they are.
Yeah, that's terrible. All right, we're going to wrap it up here. And let us know, is there any race that we didn't talk about that you're looking forward to seeing? And I don't want to donor shame anybody or be against anybody donating any money. All those guys, all those Democrats would be better than the Republicans. So donate $5, $1 if you can. The more Democrats we can get in the Senate, the more we can combat authoritarianism from Trump.